by instrument. I'll go through all of my friends that I play music with, and hopefully you can learn a little something fun about me along the way. I'm Stephanie Croff, creator of STARLA, and I want you to get to know me on guitar. I mean, I want to say everything. The guitar, for me, really represents infinite possibilities because it can sound like so many things. It can sound like chuk 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 chuk, it can sound like a steaming freight train. It can sound like gritty, gnarly metal ringing and clanging. It can sound like a bird, like gently singing on the breeze. It can sound like voices in a choir. I mean, it's just, now to be real, I think I should clarify electric guitar because of its end use capabilities. As soon as you plug an instrument in, as soon as you electrify any sound source, you open it up to a whole nother world of expression. And so that's definitely the filter that I'm thinking through when I think guitar for this question, is the expressiveness and infinite voicing of an electric guitar. I think that is so, like, I mean, every color on the planet is available to paint with. It's so cool. Um, However, with that being said, a classical guitar or an acoustic guitar or even like guitar is it guitaron? The Mexican guitars, they come in all the different sizes, so it's all these different timbres and they have bigger bellies. Um, still nylon strings, but like they're again, we're still talking about totally vast expressions, broad tonal ranges, different moods, different vibes. I just really, really love that diversity in this instrument. I think it's absolutely amazing. It's really, really wonderful. It's for everybody in that way. There's a sound for everybody that a guitar can make. I like that. Oh gosh, when did I first realize I wanted to play guitar? And then I instantly thought of something and I can see it right here, but I will let you in on my journey. Okay, so this was like similar toddler age experience where I felt pretty new to walking. Um, I could walk and I was good at it, but I remembered that I had to focus to walk. And so that's how old I was. Whatever age still requires deliberate focus to walk. Um, and I remember that, like, it was just a really peaceful day, and I just knew what I was going to do, and I knew where I was going to go, and I was going to go to the kitchen. And so I went to the kitchen and I pulled open the drawer and I got a butter knife because we had butter knives that had big, fat, round handles, big, fat, round metal handles, just these huge things. So I got one of those, and I walked back over. I probably even had a blankie with me or something. Walk back over to the couch, and my dad's guitar was nearby. and a classical acoustic. And so I was able to pull that up on my lap on the couch, and I laid it across my lap just like this. And I got that butter knife and I put it so that the handle was out, the big fat round handle, and I just like set it on the strings and I strummed out with my hand and I went vroom, 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 vroom. That was my first time playing guitar. I was the girl who knew what she wanted and I knew how to get it. So, yeah, that like it just always pulled me and I knew I wanted to make cool sounds and I knew that it could do it. So, yeah, that's when I first knew. That's when I first knew. Yeah, sometimes I really do. Um that exploratory, wait, I can hear something, how do I get it to do that? Kind of investigatory walking through this kitchen. Yeah, that kind of living. That kind of living was just like that because the guitar parts that I could hear felt way more percussive to me. Um, like I wanted a lot of guitar texture in that song for one thing. And so like I really wanted this like percussive texture. Um, and so to accomplish that, I did literally the same exact technique that I did when I was a little girl, where I took this guitar, I laid it across my lap. I got well now that I'm a grown up, I've lived a little, guys. Um, I've learned that I really prefer the sound of a glass slide to a steel slide a lot of the times. Um, obviously depends on the instrument and how it's being played, but so I really I've got a couple of glass slides in my drawer here. And so I was like, "Oh yeah, I think I want that." And so I get that out and I'm kind of playing my guitar like a pedal steel in terms of everything is horizontal in front of me and my hand is down horizontal on top of the neck. Whereas, typically a guitar is held like this, but a pedal steel is often, oopsie daisies, it's oft, it's played like a table. So everything's out in front of you. So I was playing my electric guitar like that with the glass slide under the notes. And then I wanted to palm mute it. So I had that going on, you know, bump, 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 and, doing those percussive sounds with that instrument in that particular way just gave such a cool tone. And I doubled it. So there's, I played one track like that. So it's in one ear, made another track, played that, played that again, but I put it in the other ear. And so that kind of like creative play of what would be cool in this song? What sounds do I like? What might make a cool sound like that? How can I hold it differently or play it differently? Because I mean there's no rules. Like you can do whatever you want, you know, whatever helps you get the sound across is really the end goal. So I really, really love that. I really love that. And I like that I can do that in Starla a lot. And yeah, it's equally as satisfying when you get really, really cool sounds and you're like, that was fun. That was really fun. I like that feeling. I like it. Mm. Okay, so something I like to do is I like to draw from my favorite players, where I will think of them specifically and then ask myself, what would they do here? How would they sound here? Their tonality or their touch. Um, I find that's really inspiring to think of that kind of persona and just kind of like tune myself to the essence of what I love about their playing specifically. And I find that it just helps me like relax into that vibe. Sometimes it changes the way my fingers are positioned on the guitar, um, and the way the notes come out. It's just so fluid and responsive to that essence. That is absolutely inspiring to me. Okay, so one time I was doing that on Fun Tonight because it was so cool and so fun. And I had the vocals down, and I had my drums down, and I had my bass down. And I was like, okay, guitar, what are we going to do? So I'm like, yeah, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And it was so fun because I was like, shut up. I think this song wants a little bit of funk guitar. And I felt so in the moment, incapable, because it just wasn't something that I practiced before. But, you know, that like, I like had to give myself some reference points of like, well, what does this even mean to me? What does this sound like to me? What is actually going on? And so I was able to, for my own self, simplify that I wanted quick, rhythmic, consistent, higher toned strumming, up and down strokes. And that's what I was able to simplify it to. And I was like, well, I know how to do that. I know how to make sounds like that. So I just practiced thinking of it from that perspective. And I was like finding sounds in guitar rig that I was like, no, it needs to be a little bit brighter. No, I want it to be a little bit washier. No, I really want just a tiny bit, it's like when you're making soup and you're tasting it and you keep thinking of the spices you want to add, right? That's kind of the feedback that I get when I listen to the different guitar tones. So I found a sound that made me happy, that felt like it fit the song, that felt like it fit the vibe. And the way it sounded when I made my quick rhythmic up and down strokes, I was like, this really sounds good. Like, I'm really, really pleased. And so I recorded it, and I was like so proud of myself because it was a sound that I didn't think before I would have been able to produce. But then when I was able to simplify what it meant to me and what I was looking for rhythmically and tonally, then I could digest the idea of it easier. And so that whole process was just super duper satisfying, hugely like life affirming in terms of you can do this, you can do that, you know what I mean? Like it just felt like I had a cheerleader with me the whole entire time, encouraging me on that song. So at this point, I don't quite remember what your original question was, but oh yeah, it was what else inspires me? It's those encouraging moments. They're inspiring. And whether it's tuning into the essence of another player that I really love or being able to disseminate maybe the mechanical aspects of what sound I'm looking for so that then I can approach it from that kind of
Ooh.
step-by-step perspective. That's inspiring to me because it's accomplishable. It's something I can do. It's something I can hone in on and tune into and reproduce. And it's just like a feeling of delight. That's the word. I think that's the word. I don't know why I feel a little bit shy to say it, but it's genuinely delightful. Like feeling that happy in that, oh, that's awesome. A whole entire cycle of it. It's really cool. It's really cool. I ask myself, where's the counter melody? Where's the regular melody? What wants to be augmented? What rhythms want to be augmented? Who is the guitar? Like, what does the guitar represent actually meaningfully in the song? Because sometimes the guitar is meant to represent people or conversations. And so all of those identification markers help me when I write the song itself, and absolutely help inform how the guitar is approached. Then I always ask and tune into the essence of the sound so that I can like embody it before I try to produce it, because that's the only way it really works for me. Sometimes I can fall into a sound and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. But it always goes well when I can tune into the sound and then find it or find myself in it sooner. It's just a really nice process. Oh my gosh, it's my baby boy. It's my baby boy. Do you want to cuddle? Come on, come on. He always gets permission to sit on my lap. Come on, Papa. Come on. Yeah, come on. Oh, it's my good boy. Did you get wet? This is my good boy. This is my good boy. Yeah. Want to say hi? Want to say hi? Hi, Papa. You got a little bit wet. You got a little bit wet. Is it raining? Yes, it's a little bit wet, huh? Yeah. Yeah. This is my biological cat. Yeah, you're my little sweetie. I know you're your own cat. You're your own cat, but I get to love you. Yes, I do. I don't remember what we were talking about, and that's okay. We'll talk about how pretty you are. Yeah. Yeah. Look at how pretty your fur is in this lighting. You look so magnificent. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's so nice, huh? Hmm. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. What do you think? Should we do another question? It's a lot like this. It's a lot like this. It's a lot of it cuddling my Pico and then playing guitar the rest of the time. Okay, so how do I record my guitar? You guys are gonna love this. So, all right, I think I can talk. Okay, this is how I record my guitar, and it's awesome and amazing. So, this is my guitar. I love it. I love it. Can I tell you the story about when I found it? Because it was like an immediate yes for me. So, I did I even know I needed a new guitar? Um, I guess that's irrelevant because I clearly did. We went to Guitar Center because my boyfriend needed something. And So I was literally just there along for the ride. But I really love guitar stores and I really love music stores. And it's just so fun to look around and like see everything and see all the colors and look at all the bodies. Like, God, it's just really fun. So I have a long history of being present in guitar stores but not engaged. And so that's just kind of the stance that I took for this particular trip as well. We go, hands are in my pocket, I'm looking around. I'm like, yeah, babe, yeah. For, the things that he was looking for. And I just was like scanning around and I was like, what? That's new. And because we'd been to that guitar center before, like, a couple of times. And it was the first time I'd seen this specific guitar in that store ever, let alone any store. And so, but to be fair, I hadn't gotten out recently at that time. So maybe it's just because I hadn't been out in the world. But, anyways, I like look up and I'm like, what? And so I just asked the salesperson, I was like, can you get that guitar for me, please? And he's like, yeah, sure. Like, pulls it down and I pick it up and I'm like, this is beautiful. And I'm like, this feels really, really good. Oopsie daisies. And I'm like, can you just play through it a little bit for me? I just want to check some things out, but I don't want to play it myself. And he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. And so, I asked if he could play it through, you know, some cabs with some settings and just to play a couple of things. I wanted him to check the intonation. I wanted to hear everything. I wanted to hear all the articulation. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna work. I'm like, I'm gonna take it. And he's like, okay. And I was like, yep. And I'm like, babe, I'm buying a guitar. And he's like, okay. And it was so funny because it's literally like the first time I'd ever done that. I felt like such a baller. I was like, oh my God, I'm literally like walking into a music store, not planning on anything. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy this. And just like super nonchalant. I was like, this is fucking cool feeling for sure. But yeah, I just instantly knew. And like, I mean, it's the color for one thing, it's the body shape for another, then it's the weight, which feels amazing. It's the balance of it, but then it's this neck. Like this neck is so beautiful, and especially the back. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's not lacquered. It's just like a smooth, or no, that might not be the right word. There's not a hard varnish on it. It doesn't feel like plastic. It just feels like a smooth um, like light protective coat of something natural. And that's what I loved the most because it's super smooth. It doesn't catch my skin at all. Those super glossy necks, I just can't do. I can't do. I literally can't. And so I was like, this feels amazing. It feels amazing. So I bought it, and it's been my best friend ever since. And my little buddy and my sweet little dream machine and my little inspiration. And it's just so great. It's super, super down the clown, as Melissa McCarthy would say. I love her. Um, I just love it. I really, really love it. So yeah, how I record it is I plug it in. And in case you don't know, electric guitars have a hole, and you have a cable and you plug that in, and right there you go, nice and secure. And that runs through to my interface, and the interface talks to my machine. I've got a really, really, really nice Mac Studio, ultra magnificent, super amazing, all the things. So my computer is just like amazing. It can handle and do all these things. I go right into my DAW, my digital audio workstation, and my favorite plugin to pull up guitar sounds is Guitar Rig. And it's so fun. And I listen to everything on my headphones, and I pick out my favorite tones, and I make adjustments if things need it. And yeah, so that's how I get ready to record. And then when I'm actually going to record, it's so awesome because oftentimes I will hit the record button. This keyboard can actually control my computer. It can record, play, stop, do the metronome, do other things. So usually when I'm sitting here holding my guitar, it's just physically easier for me to touch my keyboard's control buttons for the record. And then I'll just literally play, listen to the song, play along with the song. Sometimes it's take after take after take. Sometimes it's just the first take. Sometimes it's piecing together multiple takes. It literally all just depends on the song or the moment or, you know, whatever. And yeah, that's how I do it. Just straight into the machine, nice and easy. It's always reliable, always sounds the same. It's really, really nice. It's a slick little system. I like it a lot. 5-String Serenade by Mazzy Star. And I loved learning how to play that song because the tempo is so slow and the notes are played so clearly. It's really, really easy to just kind of find your place on the neck and go, where is this note that sounds exactly like this? Oh, cool. Okay, here it is. And then you just do that note by note by note by note. And yeah, that's how I learned how to play that song, was just listening to it over and over, rewind, 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 rewind. Um, and just note by note finding it. And it was so fun because then when you actually play the whole song with the song, then you're like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm playing a song. I'm playing guitar. It's so cool to, like, you know, it's like hide and seek sometimes, all the time. So much of music is like playing hide and seek. And so if you don't like hide and seek, then maybe I don't know, good luck. But but it's so cool because you can actually always end up finding it. It ends up being in front of you at some point. So, yeah. Hmm. I think it might be this song called Too Late that I wrote in high school. Um, yeah, because, like, oh, so there was this really, really cute boy that I had a big crush on, and then he moved. He was like a new kid at the beginning of the year, and then in the middle of the year he moved already. So, you know, it was too late to even get to know him and, like, oh, you know what I mean? So that that was my first song, I think, that I wrote on guitar. And oh, I just loved it so much because there was a coffee shop in the town that I went to high school in, and they were the most supportive people ever. Like, they were so encouraging, and they had open mics. and they always wanted me to come and play, and all of my first solo shows were at that coffee shop, and it literally felt like family there. I really loved it. Just great feedback, really, really helpful advice on all kinds of things from, more seasoned songwriters. But yeah, that's really kind of where I got my legs was at that coffee shop, and Too Late made its debut. My debut as a songwriter. Ooh, my favorite song to play on guitar is definitely Dust in the Wind by Kansas. And this is a song that I specifically love to only play on my dad's guitar. And it just sounds so pretty. And the song itself is so beautiful and just so meaningful. And it sounds good every single time you play it. And every time you sing it, it's just one of those eternally great songs. So that's really, and plus the finger picking feels so good to do. It just feels so good to make your hands do that. It's just so nice. So I really, really like to play that song, even though I don't think I've played it for like quite a while because I've just been writing a lot of music. But yeah, that's a really fun song to play. Ooh. Okay, so I'm filtering by not just like globally iconic, but iconic for me specifically. Like what about this really lights me up? So just give me a second. Creep, Radiohead, the cracka. Um, right before the chorus, that raking is so fucking iconic for me. It's like, it's like, oh, if heartbreak had a sound, it's that. Oh my God, it's so good. Like, oh, that song is everything. And so, yeah, that specific raking sequence is absolutely iconic to me. Um, okay, on that note, um, Rage Against the Machine, uh, is it's the song where he does the pick, is it up the neck or down the neck? I think it's down the neck. He rakes the pick along the strings, and so it makes that sound, Um, well, I mean, we can look that song up, but that sound just like God, I think it was I think it was high school and I was listening to that all the time, and it just was like one of those visceral sounds where like you knew exactly what was going to happen and you were like, yes, we're like, because you're so excited for that next part to happen, but you like are so excited to listen to that specific sound on its way in. So I love that. I love that sound. I'm a little irritated that I can't think of the name of that song right now, but I will end up remembering, I'm sure. I always do. Okay, more iconic guitar sounds. Okay, well, I mean, I know this is like a really broad word, but grunge guitar. Grunge guitar is iconic for me. Um, I mean, like, and I want to say literally everybody does it so well, but um, obviously well, I'm not even gonna name bands because it's like, I don't even wanna get into all that. Grunge guitar, a dirty, fucking distorted, gnarly, but still in tune guitar. I really, really love that sound. Sick ass power chords, just a lot of like grit behind it. Um, a lot of space. There's a lot of space, you know, they're not moving too fast. Um, there was a minute where I was listening to punk, but it just didn't, like, the tempo just never really matched me. So, but grunge really did. Those tempos and all that space between the notes just really, you know what I mean? It's just awesome. I love it. I really love it. Okay, so that's iconic. 3, 4. Okay. Um, the Voodoo Child intro. It's just so iconic. Jimi Hendrix. Wow. Yeah, yeah. Hearing that in my mind, just that's a trip. God, it's good. So good. Okay, and then Foo Fighters Everlong. It's so good. It's so good. Like, God damn, that song makes my heart melt. Oh, it's so good. It's like that twisty, melty feeling, you know what I mean? Where you just are like, oh, like you kind of want to make it stop, but you don't want to make it stop because it's so, you know what I mean? Like, oh, there's just something about that kind of a feeling for me, that sound in Everlong. It's just so good. God, I really, really love it. That is absolutely iconic to me. Ooh, what other guitar? Okay, I love the sound of like a milky guitar solo where it's really clean and clear and glassy, but not too bright. And and then I really, really, really love it when when the solo really starts to progress and then the notes start to stack and then those harmonics start to stack, and especially when it's really cranked through an amp. And especially when you can be in the same room as it, and especially when the room is small, and especially if it's untreated, because it just becomes like an insane asylum of like harmonic stacked, 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 stacked. You know what I mean? So it just like, it literally starts to be this like blazing wall of sound, just like fiery and fierce and insane and like just fucking the coolest thing ever. I love it so much. Oh my God. Ugh. I can't listen to that all day, obviously, but I am 100% happy when I do get the chance to listen to that because it is special and those sounds are amazing. Um, but those are also like, I can't wear earplugs and listen to sound like that because that is one of the live experiences when it's done well where you're like, I just have to be here for everything. I have to be here for everything. I have to be fully in it. And so, those are really, really good. Those are really good. Oh, okay. Any others? Any other favorite? Oh, this one's a little sentimental. Um, well, it's the sound of my boyfriend's guitar that we fell in love with because that guitar just has such a specific sound. It doesn't sound like any other guitar of the same make and model. It and it's probably 100% because of the way that he plays it, that it sounds that way. But that sound for me is absolutely one of my favorite sounds ever. I love it. I really love it. Yeah, it's good. Mm. Bunch of little secret hunters out here. I feel like I need to let you in on something that feels just a little bit nerdy because I r- really like a shreddy guitar solo. And when I was a little girl, there was a cartoon called Story Break. And the whole entire intro to that cartoon had this totally shreddy guitar solo. And I just loved it. And it is just so good. So I actually bought Shreddage. Um, it's a guitar world of sound that you play on the keyboard and it triggers these sound libraries to sound like all kinds of guitars or basses, but specifically also shreddy guitar. So I've been letting myself learn how to use that and get to know how to navigate around its functionality because it is thorough. It is incredibly thoroughly documented and able to produce all of the articulations necessary to have an amazing performance. So when I get that figured out, it's going to be insane. It's going to be like insanely delightful and like super nerdy for like childhood me to be able to like emulate these super sick shreddy guitar solos. So, yeah, how that's going to filter through into Starla is going to be quite an adventure to witness, but I'm excited about it. Well, that wraps this up. My name is Stephanie Croff. I'm the creator of Starla, and you have been getting to know me on guitar. Thank you for being here. It's been fun.